Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. So today's video is going to be a comparison between expensive makeup and affordable makeup. So I decided to do one half of my face using expensive products in my collection and one half using the more affordable products. So I'm going straight in by priming my face. I started off as always with a primer which fills some of the pores, as I do suffer with that around my nose and cheek. So I went in on one side with the Benefit Porefessional and the other side with the Maybelline Babyskin, and then I'm going in with a second primer. This is not necessary, but I just like to do this because my skin is really dry, so I was going in with a hydrating and illuminating primer. So one half is the Marc Coconut Primer and the other half is the Revlon photoready primer. Now I'm going in with some foundation. I wanted to do like a full coverage foundation, and these two are very similar. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It has like a matte finish and it's pretty full coverage. This foundation wears on my skin really well. It literally lasts all day, and it's one of my only foundations which doesn't start coming away around like my jawline and my chin area. And then the other side, I'm just going in with a cheaper foundation. It does look a bit more yellow toned, but as you'll see as I start to blend it in, they do match perfectly, and these are very similar foundations. They've both got really good coverage and they both stay on really well. Now going in with some concealer. This is on one side the Bourjois Radiance Reveal, and on the other side we've got the Tom Ford highlighting pen. I really love both of them. The Bourjois one's absolutely amazing. It's really liquidy, it doesn't go dry, it doesn't crease underneath your eyes, as you can see. And then I'm just going in with a darker concealer on both sides to add some contour. I'm using a MAC Matchmaster's concealer on one side and the LA Girl Pro Conceal on the other side. And then as usual, just blending these out with the beauty blender. As you can see, the LA Girl one is just slightly sort of warmer in tone, slightly lighter, but yeah, I got a similar effect from both of them. In fact, I'll probably say that the LA Girl one was slightly easier to blend out. I like to use a damp beauty blender to blend out any cream products on my face. I just find this the best tool in my entire makeup collection. I've used ones from Real Techniques and I've used ones from the Beauty Blender brand themselves. Both are absolutely amazing. You just can't get that flawless finish without using one of those, so I absolutely love those. Now I'm going in and doing my brows. On one side I used the Tom Ford brow pen, and on the other side I used this brow pen from Sleek. The one from Sleek is slightly darker, but I actually liked the way that it looked slightly darker. I will say that the Sleek one, the product did move around a little bit more, whereas the Tom Ford one, the product was quite waxy and stayed in place, but I think I got a similar effect from both of them. I am going to do a full brow routine coming up soon, as I do get HD brows done by a technician, so I'm going to show you guys the process of how I get that done and what that involves. I'm due to get them done soon, so I will be doing a video on that shortly. Now I'm going in and priming my eyes, and this is one of my favourite products to use. So I'm using on one side the NYX Jumbo Pen in Milk, which is an amazing primer for when you're doing your eyes. You can use this for like cut creases and things like that. And then I'm also going on the other side with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which is also an amazing primer, and you would have seen that in a lot of my previous videos. Just gives a really nice colour payoff, and just looks really nice with eyeshadows built on top. So for eyeshadows, I'm going in using my MAC Warm Tones palette, and I'm just using this sort of muted sort of grey brown tone with a little bit of shimmer in it, more like a taupey shade. And on the other side I'm using a shadow from Rimmel called Millionaire, and then I'm going in with a fluffy brush and taking it a little bit more bronzy. I'm using another warm shade from my MAC palette, and then I'm going in with a little bit of a shadow in this 3-piece palette that I got with a Ted Baker set from Boots. As you can see, when it first goes on, it's a little bit more orangey, but as you start to blend it out and add a couple of shadows from this L'Oreal palette, which has seen better days, then the colour starts to match up really well and really nicely. This was the bit I was most impressed with from the finished look. You literally could not tell the difference between the two. You really couldn't tell that one was high end and one wasn't. Okay, so now I'm going straight in with liquid liner. This is the Kat Von D Locket liner. I absolutely love this liner pen. It's just really easy to apply. I didn't have my tape on today because I wasn't really doing like a massive wing or anything. I just wanted to line the lash line so that we're ready for when we apply our false lashes. On one side I used, on the other side, sorry, I used a liquid liner from NYX. Now I will say that the Kat Von D one was much easier to use than the NYX one. I just found that the nib on the end was a little bit frayed on the NYX one, and because it was quite liquidy, at times it was needed to be cleaned up. It was going a little bit all over the place, whereas the Kat Von D one was much easier. So I will say that out of the two, I do prefer the Kat Von D one for when I'm doing my liquid liner. Now off camera, I did apply some false lashes. I applied the same false lashes. I don't really own any sort of higher end false lashes, so I was just applying a pair from Red Cherry. I think they're around £3 or £4 and they're absolutely amazing, really glamorous, really long lashes. And I just applied some black liner to my waterline and some mascara. So now I'm going in with a bit of liquid sort of cream bronzing. So on one side I'm using a new product for me, which is this L'Oreal Cushion Liquid Bronzer. And I really like this. I think it's going to be really good for summer. It's sort of like really natural finish. I imagine if you're on a holiday you could put this all over your face if you've got a little bit of a tan. It was just a really nice product. And then on the other side I'm going in with one of my favourite products of all time. This is the Chanel Soleil de Tan. You've probably seen this used many times, sort of like a cream to powder, moussey sort of consistency. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then going over the top with a little bit of bronzer powder to set that. So on one side I'm using the bronzer from the Tanya Burr palette, and on the other side I'm using a Tom Ford one. Now going in with some blush. These are my two favourite blushes. On the more high end you've got the MAC one, that's Melba. It's just an amazing, perfect peachy colour. I just love it for any bronzy toned looks. On the other side, the more affordable side, you've got the Milani Luminosa. Again, a really like famous, sort of well-known blush. Absolutely beautiful. Kind of has like a shimmery effect. Just absolutely stunning. And then I'm going in with the same shades I used on the lids, just with a precision brush underneath my eyes, just to tie the look in together. And that is the eye look complete. So as you can see, you literally cannot tell the difference between the two, which is amazing when you compare the prices together. So now for highlighter, you've seen me use both of these in previous videos. So I'm just going on one side with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. And on the other side, as you can see, I was a little bit shocked there because that came out really pigmented. So if you ever do that, you can just go back in with a beauty blender. But that was the Sleek Solstice palette, which is just amazing for the price. Absolutely just a perfect highlighting palette. Now moving on to my lips, I went in on one side with the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lips from Kylie Jenner in Candy K. On the other side, another new product for me. This is the Ultra HD Matte liquid lipsticks from Revlon. So I'm just filling my lips in. I didn't use liner because the doe foot applicators are quite easy to get that precise line. As you can see, the Revlon one is just slightly more of a peachy tone, but still pretty similar. And I'm really happy with how this look turned out. I think it's just really simple and easy to do, really sort of summery, and as you can see, there's not much difference between the two, so just overall amazing. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for my next look, which will be my everyday makeup routine coming up this weekend. But thank you again for watching. Bye.